Yeah, package from China.
Press the button.
Welcome to the Wicked Gamer and Collector. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. So in today's video we are going to talk about this new retro arcade G1000, how do you want to pronounce this thing, mini arcade machine from our friends from China. This is more like, if you're new to the channel, I was thinking, okay, what is this all about? This is more like an all-one pocket retro arcade machine. Pretty damn awesome. The previous model was very cool and I was really excited seeing this new model. It looks a little bit similar like the previous model, and we're going to take a close look at the box because it says some information about the support. Okay, so let's take a close look at the box. It says 64-bit game operating system. That is something they always say with these things, but this is running on Android, so I am pretty damn excited about it, seeing what it can run and how it runs the games. 7-inch of phone, people, full view TFT screen. Alright, so a little bit of warmer, doesn't have an EPS screen, so it's more like a low budget screen in this little device. The support of arcade, support of CPS 1, CPS 2 and also has CPS 3. Game Boy Advance and the classic Game Boy, Super Famicom, NES, Mega Drive, so it's going to be big support or many support of platforms. Pretty damn awesome. Alright, so there is nothing else on this thing, just a little bit English, horrible English jibber jabber. And let's take a close look and inside the box. Alright, so let's unbox it together, and ooh, what you can see is a whole type of styrofoam. Ooh, the system itself. Let's see, we have an extra, oh yeah, whatever. We're having an HDMI cable, so this is surprising. We're having HDMI out. A little box, and this one contains the controllers. Alright, very cool. Alright, so let's take a close look at the controller. It's very tiny and we're going to play with it in the video to see if the D-pad is responsive. I can tell you already, the D-pad itself, it feels very nice. Looks and feels very nice. 6-button controller, pretty cool if you want to play fighting games. No shoulder buttons, select start. Ooh, and we're having here some extra comfort. This is what we're going to get, 2 of them, pretty damn awesome, so you can hook it up to your television and you can use it like a console. That's something we're going to try out. But alright, let's take a close look at the system itself. And let's clean up my disk. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, before people are going to mention it in the comment list, we're going to remove the screen protector! Alright, so the first thing that I've noticed about this thing, it's quite heavy. Keep in mind, it's fully made of plastic, so that is nothing that gives enough the weight for this product. I think there is something inside. Ooh. Something that gives us weight, so the weight's quite heavy. I'm very curious. Let's do a little bit of an overview because they changed some things with this little mini machine and that I personally never seen before. Alright. Okay, so let's take a close look at the top row buttons. As you can see, we're having here select, start, return. This is where we're going back for the return menu. Volume control, very clicky buttons. So this is what the 5 little buttons doing over here. Alright, so the joystick, I can tell you already, this is what we call the next level of Wicked Wiggle Stick. So I needed to do that. So the buttons, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but look at it. It's more, there is no clicky button, but it's a really long travel button. What they like to mimic or simulate, I'm saying this correctly, that they want to make more this arcade feeling, so giving this button a real big travel. I don't know if it's very weird. It's very weird. I don't know if I can say it. I like it. So we need to figure out if these are very responsive, and the same of course for the joystick itself. Alright, where you can find here the on and off switch, charging port, TF slot. This is a headphone out, 2 USB ports for connecting your controllers, HDMI out, very cool, and we're having a very huge speaker over here. And the TF slot is something or this SD card, how you want to call this. This is something we're going to take a closer look at because there is something weird going on. It's the moment of the truth. We're going to power it on. Okay, where's the power button? Where it is? Here it is. Alright, let's see what happens. Yeah. Alright. So this is the menu. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit and I'm going to show you what are we going to get. Alright, so the layout is a little bit similar if you look at the previous model. We have in here these little thumbnails. So far I know you cannot swap them out. Here at the bottom we're finding the menu for the games, music, pictures, movies, and file explorer, and we have in the settings. Alright, let's check the settings. Language, theme settings. Okay, let's see if we can change it out. Ooh. No, let's stick to the previous model, or the previous theme style. Off screen settings. Let's see what it is. Okay. We having, or in other words, this is more like power saving. Backlight settings. We can adjust the brightness if we like. And we have restore default settings and system information. So this is more the GB2 retro game, and this is one of the earliest models. Okay, so in this part we are going to take a close look at the SD card. And the reason why, it's not because it's only storing files. It seems to be that the software itself, it's running, or a part of it is running from the SD card. So for example, if I'm pulling it out, first off I'm going to shut it off, of course, otherwise I'm going to corrupt the SD card. Pulling it out, powering it on, we're getting the same boot up menu, this background, and here comes the interesting part. So in the blue screen, and then we're having this. And the fun thing is, there is serious no way of, there is just no way to playing games. So don't know what's going on here, but there is something on this SD card. And then I put it in my PC, and I can tell you already, the only file I'm seeing is the ROM files, or in other words, just the ROM folder. The thing you're seeing with the thumbnails and other stuff, you cannot reach it. So that is pretty weird if you ask me. So it's all here. This background stuff, it's all freaking here. Alright, so I just wanted to show you what happens when you are pulling out the SD card. Little fun fact, when you're pressing select and start at the same time on your controller, you're getting the return menu. So that is pretty damn cool. As we can see, it has support for different games. We're going to test some of them out, and if you are interested in a certain part or a certain game, I will leave in the description a naughty skipping, so you can search for the testing you like or interested in. Alright, so I can already tell you the volume on this thing is pretty damn loud. Okay, let's test it out. Look at the volume. Wow. Okay, let's start it up. Volume down. Okay, the first thing is, how does the joystick plays with fighting games? So what I've noticed, like the previous model, it has this big dead zone. I'm going to show you in another game. As you can see, the moves come out very hard because you have this long travel and dead zone. It's possible, but you're going to need to practice. The buttons itself are not bad at all. The emulation on this thing is way better than the previous model. The joystick itself is not bad. You really need to get used to it. So as you can see, when moving the stick a little bit, nothing happens in the game. So the dead zone is pretty damn huge. And that is a bummer. There's a big bummer of this thing. So as you can see, I'm moving the joystick now, wiggling it a little bit, and nothing happens. Okay, in this part I am going to use the controller that came with it. I'm very curious how is this D-pad responding with fighting games. So let's try. Speaker is freaking loud.
Prepare to strike now.
Not bad. You need to get used to the D-pad, but the D-pad is really not bad. Just avoiding Sean. Oh, you cheapskate. Let's do a super move. Oh, that worked. Okay, let's try an NES game. All the sounds are here. Pac-Man on the Game Boy Color. Okay. Oh, this is a homebrew game. Wow. This is bad. Alright, Mega Drive. And did I make a load? Did I load state? Ah, yes it. Alright. Yep. Woohoo! Yeah. And as you can see, that works just fine too. Oh yeah. Sound is good. The graphical part is great. An FX game. Works like a charm. Oh crap. This is going wild. This is going great.
It's all your fault, Donkey Kong.
Okay, so did I mess up the sound? No, it sounds pretty damn good. Damn it! No turbo start. Alright. Where's the button? Oh, here it is.
Metal Slug. Mission 1, start. Heavy machine gun.
This looks promising. Alright, let's see. Wow. This is seriously playable. Ooga.
Mario!
Alright. That didn't sound very good. No. So it boots up the Nintendo 64, but it is not compatible with this thing. It runs horrible. Oh, and there's another problem. Even if you boot it up, joystick is not configured. So N64 is a no-go. Alright, so the next test we are going to check the TV out function. How does it work? Do we need to configure something? I'm just going to plug in the HDMI cable. We're going to play PlayStation because this is the most demanding emulator on this device at the moment. So that's running good. And what you can see is automatically giving the signal, including the audio, to the television. Okay, let's load it up. We only have a white screen, keep that in mind. There's no way of changing the resolution or the ratio so far I know. Okay, let's see how it runs. I think it's pretty damn awesome that you even can play PlayStation 1 on this thing and it still runs pretty smooth. So this is the best signal output we are going to get. Okay, we're going to try out some other games. Pretty damn awesome. Okay, I'm going to change the volume with this. Oh yes, the volume control is still usable. So if you hook up a second controller, you can use this thing plug and play like a game console. So you have more like a portable mini arcade. You can turn it or transform it in a game console. And the emulation is not bad at all. It is way better than the previous model. And this HDMI conversion is really convenient. Because the previous model had AV out, and let's be honest, AV out, who uses AV out in 2019, man? Come on. And yes, you have these conversion kits that you can convert the AV out to HDMI, but all extra stuff you need to buy, and the signal output is still not that great. All the buttons are mapped correctly. It's freaking unbelievable. Okay, shall we try this second controller? Let's pause the game. Oh yeah, start the select menu. Alright, resume please. Let's have a look. Alright, great, so the second controller is just plug and play. It works perfectly. Okay, let's grab the second controller and the first one. Perfectly. Nice. Okay. and you just want to switch back to the normal system, pull out the HDMI and return it back to the system itself.
Get over here!
Alright, so for the final conclusion regarding this new RetroGame system. So I think the biggest bummer of this thing is the joystick itself. They didn't improve it if you look at the previous model. The previous model has this wiggle stick. This is more like the Supreme wiggle stick. And the dead zone is pretty damn huge. The screen itself, it's not bad at all. It's got a very good view angle. I hope you can see I have a little bit of reflection problem here. But the screen itself, it's not bad at all. You cannot compare it with the X16 portable system I've reviewed. This one is way better. The buttons, I really like it. I really like it. It feels, of course, not like a real arcade, but still, the idea behind it, it's cool. Very convenient buttons over here. So, and the thing what I really love about this system, that you're finally having an HDMI output. No AV out bullshit anymore, just HDMI, plug it into your television, and what you have seen in the video, the screen is pretty decent. 2 USB controllers, so you can play together with your buddy. It also has support for PlayStation 1 that was not on the box. N64 is not working, but yeah, again, they are not saying it's working with N64, but it would be very cool if you can play Smash controllers. But yeah, this is what you're going to get. Let me know, do you have any questions? Do you want to see an extra video or something? Let me know, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell, because you get in a wicked update. And you get a message from the masters of YouTube when I upload a new video. And if you're into gaming, check out the Wicked Gaming channel. See you next time. Bye bye. Wiggle stick. The wiggle stick of Mortal Kombat, yeah. Gonna rock your world, wiggle away.